Mark chapter 1. As we've said for this Bible study series, we're going to take one verse from each chapter, exemplifying the reality that that gospel account is trying to reveal of Christ. The gospel of Mark reveals Jesus as the servant of God. So, right out of the gate, John the Baptist is the character that we are finding in Mark chapter 1, the messenger that was prophesied to prepare the way of the Lord in Isaiah, the voice crying out in the wilderness. And then we get to verse 7, which is John the Baptist saying this, and he preached, saying, "There comes one after me who is mightier than I, whose sandal strap I am not worthy to stoop down and loose." John, right here, is saying, I'm not even worthy to be Christ's slave. He is, because this was a task for a slave, was to unloose the sandal strap of their master. And we find also that one of the tasks of a slave is to wash his master's feet, which is where we're going to go to in 1 second. John was called strategically by the Lord to prepare the way of Christ. If we are in this generation called to prepare the second coming of Christ, we have to see that John's heart revelation was, I'm not even worthy to be his slave. Um, that the most unpleasant, undesirable, detestable task became the highest honor in John's eyes when it came to Christ. But what is so profound about this is that Jesus, in John 13, he unlooses the sandal straps of his disciples and washes their feet. He takes on the very task of a bondservant, a slave, and he comes to them. And he even says that no slave is greater than his master. No student is greater than his master. And him being the master washes the disciples' feet. The next time you feel unworthy to sit at Jesus's feet, remember, he's the God that washed yours first. He is the God that stoops below your unworthiness and serves you into the revelation of your worth. He is the God that serves you, that every time we host the presence of God in the secret place or corporately, we're serving him our worship, but he's coming into the room to serve our hearts, his grace, his mercy, his love, his forgiveness. And he marked the disciples in John 13 because they're about to take the Last Supper, and he marked them forever with the fact that he serves them. He serves them in the lowest way in their frame of mind to show them how valuable they are to him and how he asked them to do the same as he's done to them so that the world will know that they are his disciples. I want to encourage you today with this challenge. Read Philippians as well as Mark chapter 1 and meditate on this verse, but read specifically Philippians chapter 2, verses 5 through 11, talking about how Christ humbled himself and how God gave him the name which is above every name, exalting him. And today, find ways that you can serve others the way that Christ came and served us. And let's exemplify the servanthood of Christ.